Hey, episode 3. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome to episode 3 of Short Kings Talk. I'm Sid. What it do? Next to me is Kelvin.
What up?
If y'all tuning in, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are still a growing platform. This is only episode 3, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on all social media platforms at Short Kings Talk. Everything. Links are all in the description below. So today's topic is our cultural and Asian influences, our upbringings. So we're going to really be talking about what cultivated our personalities because we both are Westernized Asians, right? And we both grew up in California. And for me, I grew up in NorCal. Kelvin grew up in SoCal, right?
Yeah.
And for anyone who doesn't know that lingo, that's Northern California and Southern California, obviously. But we're really just going to be talking about our perspectives with what we're surrounded by, our pop culture influences, our ethnic influences, because I think a lot of people in our generation can relate because we grew up Westernized under our parents' traditional Asian values. So, yeah. Any thoughts on it right now?
Let's just start.
All right.
Let's talk about me.
All right. Kelvin, start it off.
All
Mr.
right.
SoCal LA boy over here.
All right. Let's. So my upbringing is this.
How long have you been waiting for that?
Years.
So I've been thinking about using this for so long.
My ringtone.
Are we gonna get canceled for using that? Actually, you're Chinese.
I'm Chinese
so.
for valid.
All
So
right.
there you go. All right.
Okay.
I'm Chinese. SoCal native. Grew up in the SGV.
Okay.
If y'all don't know what that is, that's San Gabriel Valley. Mm-hmm. And specifically, the city I grew up in was El Monte. So I grew up actually not around a lot of Asians.
No.
So mostly Mexicans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real side note. So the San Gabriel Valley is known for being a predominantly Asian populated area, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. There you
That's
go.
where people come to get their Asian food.
That's facts, actually.
See all those Yelpers, Yelp elites. They
Yep.
come here.
Yep. Facts.
Yeah, so I grew up with a lot of Mexicans, actually. There were Asians. I think they were like further south, like Monterey Park area, you know. Have you been
But-
to that area?
Where? Monterey Park?
Yeah.
Yeah. But growing up, like in school, were most of your classmates Mexicans then?
Like 50-50.
Oh.
We had like, I would say like 50% Hispanic. And you
Okay.
got like the other half Asian. You got like 2 token white people. in
And
class.
having those type of classmates, like how did that influence you in terms of your demeanor and behavior? Did you adapt any Hispanic traits? Like, are you out here like, hey, what's up, fool? I don't want to generalize. My bad.
Hey, I think you're more like that. Look at what you're wearing.
What was a flannel?
Yeah, the
No,
cholo
I need.
fit.
That means I need the top button like right here. I got y'all. The top button. So, hey, what's up, fool? No, but for real though.
No, not really.
Okay.
Not in school. No, not really. But did you guys have Mexicans up?
Yeah. In
I feel like
Stockton.
it's- Yeah.
Yeah.
Any Latinas in the back with the hot Cheetos being hella loud?
Dude, yeah, it's mainly like it's the hot Cheeto and sour cream.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a cream cheese
Yeah.
mix.
Yeah.
Everyone knows everyone knows that
knows it.
mix. But
No,
okay, then growing up, if you didn't really adapt to like any Hispanic influences, I guess in terms of your childhood years, what really like influenced you and cultivated you?
I think just growing up Chinese. Like,
Oh, yeah?
Expectation wise.
Okay.
Just career. Gotta do good in school. I didn't do very well in school.
Oh.
Was
your household very like traditional Chinese?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because my sister, she got like all the responsibility. She's the older child. Like,
Okay.
I'm the younger one, right?
Is that how it is?
Yeah.
Because I don't really know too much about traditional Chinese culture.
Yeah, it's like the first child
Okay.
gets, but it's kind of weird because usually the son, it's more of the seen like as the alpha of the family. Like they're gonna pass on to the
Got you.
the next son. But I was a disappointment. So
Oh,
Yeah. Just
damn.
kidding.
Do we need to unpack that?
no. I'm not gonna
You want to talk about your feelings, bro? Hey, it's cool. It's cool.
The same therapy. No, but it was cool. Yeah. So growing up, all I did was like tutoring, like stuff like that.
Is that like the Kumon?
Kumon. What the hell is that?
That's like the after school.
Oh, you know what? I've seen that driving back.
Yeah.
Nah, we had something called like Alpha Science Academy or something.
Okay.
Like that. I don't know.
Is that like extracurriculars after school?
Nah, that's just tutoring for the classes that you're already taking to get you like more ahead. So like by like 5th grade, I was learning like algebra 1 and all that.
Damn,
Yeah,
okay.
no,
I was about to say, you learning trig? You learning
Trig?
OChem
Okay.
at 10? I'm like, oh,
Not that. I wouldn't be here.
okay. But how was tutoring for you? Like,
Nah, I
did
just messed around.
yeah?
Yeah, because school was never
Yeah.
really my thing.
Were you kind of a knucklehead growing up?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Like got into trouble or you were just messing around?
No, I got into trouble. Yeah.
Ah.
Like I was constantly getting suspended. I almost
Fights?
expelled. Almost got expelled. Because it's a 3-strike rule. Like you get suspended 3 times, and then you're out.
Okay. Not really getting into the reason of fighting, but just looking back at your traditional Asian culture background, what made you so rebellious, I guess, early on? Like, have you ever thought about that?
I think what happened was I didn't want to stick around the other Chinese people. I thought they were kind of nerdy.
Okay.
So I did everything in my power to do the exact opposite.
Okay.
Act out in class, right? Get into fights, like all that stuff.
See, that's what makes this episode very interesting because, again, you're Chinese supposed to technically act Chinese. Like your parents are trying to imbue these values, right? But then you look at, I guess, the other Chinese kids and you're like, nah, I'm not that. So did you have any type of influences or did you just automatically say, man, they're kind of whack?
I just saw what they were doing, and it wasn't like I was influenced by like the other races, right? It was just like, all right, they're doing that, they're sitting at that table, I'm going to be over here.
Yeah.
So that was me. Like I was just trying to separate myself.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you were growing up, did you had any, I guess, pop culture influences that really affected your childhood?
Watching anime.
There we go. There we go.
That Toonami right after school.
Which, by the way, spoiler alert, anime is going to be episode 4's topic.
MTV.
Okay.
All right. Whatever's on TV. Like back in the day, we didn't. No, we didn't have no iPads. Dude.
No,
we had
no.
TV. Yeah, like the big fat
Yeah.
TV.
I think iPod Nanos didn't come out until, what, 2004, 2005?
Damn, was that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because I had one middle school for me.
Yeah, because we didn't have no smartphones, man. We old here. We grew up with Motorola Razors.
Oh, dude. You just pulled my heartstrings, bro. The Motorola Razor was the best flip phone. Man. Okay, so what else? So, like talk about more about your upbringing and your exterior influences outside of your traditional Chinese upbringing.
Yeah, so I grew up in LA, and then fun fact, I lived in North Dakota for a while.
See, that blows my mind. When he dropped that, I'm like, why? I'm not trying to hate on anyone that lives in North Dakota. Hey, North Dakota listeners, if y'all out there, I love you. But why? So explain why.
So I lived in the capital actually, which
It's
is
Bismarck,
not
right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not Fargo. Everyone thinks it's Fargo because of the show. It's not Fargo.
Or the movie.
Is it a movie?
I think it's a movie.
And a show, right?
Yeah.
Bismarck. Yeah. So I lived there. I got sent there because I was acting out, so I had to go work and go.
Wait, you were sent there first?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
by
acting-
yourself?
Yeah.
How old?
I was in high school, so I lived with a family friend of ours.
Oh.
Yeah, with their kid and stuff.
And how long were you on your own until your family moved to North Dakota?
My family never moved there.
Oh, it was just
Yeah,
you?
it was just me.
Oh, wow. That changes the narrative.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were here. Like I was over there, but I mean, even
Okay,
you
so
know-
how was that? Like, how was growing up in North Dakota, one, as an Asian, which I assume is a predominantly white.
oh, dude, there's
Community.
like 2 Asian people in
All
middle
right.
school. Yeah.
So, how was that for you? Were you
It was
pissed?
different. I wouldn't say pissed.
Uh-huh.
I wanted again, right? I wanted such a drastic change from what I was going through. Like I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
They're nice people.
Okay.
I say that, but if you grew up in LA and you're used to doing things in LA, right, and you move out into the Midwest, bro, there's nothing there.
Did you miss In and Out?
No, not really. But I missed that boba
Oh, I can't
back in the
relate.
day. You know, so yeah, it was nothing. Like farmland, farmland, and like shops. The biggest shop is a Walmart.
Okay.
Right. Which like, like we're here, we don't really go to Walmart because we're.
Did anything in North Dakota, like, I guess, shape you? Like, did you do sports? Did interacting with people there kind of, again, implement any type of like personality trait for you?
So
vernacular.
That's, I don't know about vernacular, but got that little twang and lifting. That's when I got into lifting.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, because Middle America, they breed that, right? Yeah, they're all like strong, heavy set.
Bro, there's nothing to do there, right? So you either got the river, you go fishing, or you go to the Y to lift, right? So
yeah,
lifting. So that's when I really got into lifting.
Oh, got you.
Which I'm really grateful for.
Were you a triathlete too?
I wasn't a triathlete. I was a track athlete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did track and field. Used to be believe it or not, I used to run a lot.
And then with lifting, how much was that, I guess, like inserted into your own personality? Like, how much did it encompass your personality once you got into lifting?
Oh, everything. You know this. I don't know about you, but like,
no, I was the same.
Like once you started getting the newbie gains, you're like, ooh, man.
Yeah. I'm in the building feeling myself. Oh, got you.
So that took over my entire personality for like a good decade.
Okay. So what got you out of North Dakota if you spent your high school years? Because teenage years are very, crucial for any developing person.
I went to college. I came back to California.
So you decide to move back to Cali because you graduated. So you graduated in North Dakota.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? UCs are, well, at least at the time, I thought like the University of California system was like up there in terms of like prestige and being able to find a job and stuff. So
Ivy League level.
I don't know about that. I don't know
but we had that connotation, right? Yeah. These so, like, UCs, like, oh man, like it's kind of like Stanford.
Yeah. So I came back, and then
it's kind of no, Stanford's the Ivy League, right?
Yeah.
I really meant Harvard, my bad, but same thing.
Yeah, so I came back to California to go to college, UC San Diego.
Okay. And San Diego is a very beach, mellow,
chill
city. Yeah.
Chill.
And I personally think that your early college years, so technically 18 to 21, 22, really shapes your adulthood. Because for a lot of people, when they graduate high school, they kind of use college as a way to kind of experiment the style within themselves. So you transitioning from North Dakota to San Diego, how was that like a lifestyle shift for you and your influences?
So luckily for me, I mean, I grew up in LA, right? So coming back to California wasn't a huge deal. It's not like I grew up in the Midwest. I've seen those where they were like just like, whoa.
Okay.
So like it was cool, but yeah, you're right. Like every time, I think it's not just college. Every time you go into a new school, right? You kind of get to reinvent yourself. Yeah. No one knows who the hell you are.
So what did you do, I guess, to any type of reinvention, any type of manifestation in your own personality that you started doing more?
When I was in SD?
Yeah.
Not really, because the timing of it was kind of weird, right? Because I just got into lifting. So that became my entire personality pretty much throughout undergrad. And then the other thing is no hate on other states. Your schooling system's not really as difficult as California.
Oh, really?
Right? No, yeah, like it's like super chill there. So coming back and actually enrolling in a quote unquote harder curriculum, right? That kicked my ass.
Okay.
Just like nonstop studying, like lots and lots
kind of a shock to you.
Yeah, it was a shock. And then the same thing happened when I went to grad school. Same thing, right? Where I was just like, usually it takes me a little bit to like figure out the system, so I don't have to work as hard.
Yeah.
And then.
All right, so going back into what has influenced you as a person, and we talked about this before we started recording, is what got you into like rocking streetwear? And if you know, at what age did you start wanting to like, all right, let me start wearing this type of swag?
Streetwear. Yeah. That's interesting because I think music has a huge influence on that, right? So like, did you ever have an emo face?
No, that actually passed me.
Yeah,
that actually passed. I was very once I got into hip hop, it was very boom bap. So I passed the Blink 182 phase, which was very like for hella Asians, right?
Yeah.
I know.
I was there.
I know.
Yeah, Blink-182 was middle school through high school, like most of high school.
I mean, yeah, I listened to Linkin Park, you know, Fall Out Boy, All American Rejects, Green Day, because Green Day's from Oakland.
Which is a huge contrast, you know.
But in terms of like the main pop punk bands, never really hit me as much. So that hit you though.
Yeah, you know.
Did you have
No, I didn't have the bangs, but my pants were like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Was this before or after North Dakota?
This was before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's that. I mean, yeah, mostly music. Because it's like what you see on the TV, right?
Yeah.
We don't, like, the net wasn't that big back in the day. What did we have, like, MySpace?
Yeah.
Zanga MySpace, but there wasn't, like, IG or nothing like that, you know? So.
Well, what made you, I guess, you know, obviously hip-hop is what influences streetwear. So what made you transition to streetwear? Like, at what point were you like, I want to start wearing some fly stuff. I want to start wearing what the rappers wear. Where's the AP at?
I think near college. It's honestly just a matter of resources, right?
Okay.
So like once you had the money to kind of blow,
exactly.
Like, once you had that nice financial aid money, you could like buy a little more clothing and all that stuff. So,
yeah. I agree.
What about you?
So for me, I grew up in NorCal. So I grew up in Stockton, California. 209 was good. Should I throw up Southside? Nah, I don't bang. But that's the whole connotation. Like ever since I moved to LA, whenever I mention that I'm from Stockton, it's really any of these three things. It's one, the main vernacular of NorCal is hella, because they hear me say hella.
You say it a lot.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah. It's just a word. So hella is one. Two, Stockton's hood. They always ask, oh, like, are you from the hood? I go, not really. Right?
Yeah.
And three, Diaz brothers. Nate and Nick Diaz. Yeah. Which I see them at the gym sometimes.
Yeah.
They're super nice. Yeah. So I either get one of those, but Stockton, I would say, is the basis of my whole like personality, you know? Because Stockton is obviously very Bay influenced. You know, we have hella, we emphasize the letter A. That's what my cousin told me. Because we're all like, hey, you know, we're like that.
Yeah.
You know, we go yada da, or whatever the lingo of the Bay Area / NorCal is. And at the same time, I grew up in a very like ethnic dichotomy. It was a plethora of like different races. So I grew up mainly around Black and Mexican, but the primary Asian is Filipino. So fun fact, Stockton is actually the first Filipino-American settlement in the 1920s, I believe.
Oh, that's interesting.
So our downtown is called Little Manila.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so the majority Asian in Stockton is Filipino. So I grew up around Filipinos. So being around my own kinfolk, you know, just felt super normal. And I kind of, I guess, felt already accepted in terms of a group of people. And then other Asians, I guess the next majority Asians would be Cambodian, Vietnamese, and then it trickles down into Hmong and Lao, right?
Yeah.
That was Stockton really is a big part because you know, we're heavily into hip hop, so any bass slap. So we all like E40, Keek to Sneak, Too Short, and even the more underground rappers like Zion I and The Grouch. You know, all those type of artists, which I think really influence my own personal vernacular and my taste in music, right?
So for those who don't live in California, right? So when people think Bay Area, they think it's just Southern California or Bay, right? So,
usually they whenever people think Bay Area, it's automatically SF, San Francisco. And I have to say, no, I'm from Stockton. They go, where is that? So I had to either say it's an hour and a half east from SF or 45 minutes south of Sacramento.
So for me, who I know how different y'all are, right?
Yeah.
Give us a little Spark Note summary. How are you guys different from the San Francisco elites?
It's just really by region.
No, I mean like how you guys act, because San Francisco people act different.
It's a little honestly like NorCal behavior is a little bit the same. It's really more on region, right? So for us people in Stockton, we don't say we're from the Bay, and we never claim the Bay ever. We can say we're Bay influenced, but we're like, no, I'm from Stockton, I'm from Central Valley, San Joaquin Valley, whatever, yada yada. And anyone from the Bay is like, no, I'm from the city, and then they're from the Bay. So it's really just like holding your roots down to where you're from, right? So that's really, I don't really like see any type of behavior difference, like, oh, Stockton people act like this, or NorCal or Bay Area people act like this. But there are some differences, but it's not that much like a big gap, right?
So you don't think like the money aspect of it influences that at all?
What do you mean?
Because like at least all the SF people I know, they got money,
right?
So
yeah, because they live in the most expensive city in the U.S.
versus Stockton, which is not right. it's not as expensive to live there, right?
Yeah.
So like just the way that you guys like maybe like a $20 coffee is normal in San Francisco, but it's not where you're from.
I mean, that's the same as saying that what's the difference between a big city and a small town. So I think that's really it.
But like you never met people from SF where you're just like, whoa, you're like a completely different
Not
group.
really. No? I mean, swag a little bit,
okay,
I guess, but no, not really.
Can you expand on that? What do you mean by swag?
Okay, so early on, like all my Filipinos from NorCal know. So I guess people from the Bay, they started the fitted cap, the colored skinnies, and then the vest, and then taking MySpace profiles like this, like that. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And then I can't really show this because I have to stand up, but a very Stockton type pose is when you're just straight bow-legged and then you're just like that. That's a very like Stockton. Maybe that's just all NorCal too, but
would you say you're more hood?
No. I never grew up in the hood.
No, like hood influence.
Yeah, for sure. Because I'm hood adjacent. I always tell people that I'm literally one exit away from what can be considered the hood. So, but I wouldn't say I'm hood. I actually don't like it when people say I talk hood, because I think that's very subjective. You know?
Yeah.
But I know from the way I speak, one, it's, NorCal and I guess urban influence. But at the same time, I'm, not hood. I know some people, sure, but never banged, never really been in, like, really hung out in, like, the very dangerous parts of Stockton. You just gotta know where to be and where not to be. But moving on to what also influenced me, a big part of my personality is being a skater. So that happened at 13. And literally the moment I started skateboarding, I did not care about anything else. I was like every other Filipino that cared about basketball. If it wasn't for skateboarding, I would still be a Sacramento Kings fan. I'm just going to say that. That's for I would like the beam too. But now I don't watch sports at all. It's just all skateboarding. So skateboarding is a big part because it shifted how, one, I look at the world, because I can travel and then be like, oh, that stair set looks cool. That ledge looks cool. I can skate that. But at the same time, it's the way I dress. Because I always want to dress a little more baggy, because that's just very skater influence.
More functional for
just to move. And and then right after high school, that's when I moved to LA, and that was a big change for me too, because that's how I said your college years is where you can kind of reinvent yourself or kind of learn more, cultivate more of your personality. So when I moved to LA, the one culture shock is living in the San Gabriel Valley and being around a lot of different type of Asians, mainly like Chinese, Korean, Japanese. Should I just light-skinned Asians? I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry. I just gotta say it. That was one. And two, where I live now is very safe. Dude, walking around at night when I first moved here tripped me out. Like
compared to Stockton?
Yeah. Walking around Stockton, like, you don't do that. Yeah. You don't do that at all. But when I walked around in Pasadena, like,
you have like a white lady walking with her dog, and that's about it, right?
No, dead ass. When I first moved here, I would walk at night, because I didn't have a car. So walking from the gym back to my apartment, if a car drove past me, I would just turn around and just look.
And you weren't strapped?
No, I'm never strapped, dude. We ain't talking about that. But when I moved to LA, like, there's two things that I didn't know of until I moved to LA. So one is Korean barbecue. I did not know what that was. I remember like the first few friends that I made were like, "Hey Sid, do you want to have Korean barbecue?" I'm like, "What's that?" It's like, "You don't know what Korean barbecue is?" They don't have it in Stockton. They do now. So there's a Korean barbecue spot in Stockton. Shout out Seoul Student Debut and Miracle Mile. But yeah, I didn't know and changed my life. I'm like, what? You pay $15 to $20 for all you could eat meat and sides? Blew my mind. Did not know about that at all. And then the second thing that I didn't know of until I moved to LA is Armenians. And I did not, no offense to any Armenians listening at all, but when my homie asked me, like, do they have any Armenians in Stockton? I go, what's that? And then he had to explain, like, oh yeah, you know, like Kardashians? Yeah, those are our Armenians. I'm like, okay. Real quick though, if someone like me were to ask you, like, oh, can you describe an Armenian? What would you do, or what would you say?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
You could be a little non-PC. It's fine. It's fine.
They live in Glendale.
Okay, that's one.
And they drive dangerously.
So when I first asked, like, oh, like, how are Armenians like? Everyone would say, oh, they would talk like this, like, oh, bro, yeah, bro. And I never understood what they meant until I had some classes with Armenians, and I go, oh, I kind of get it. All right. You know, some stereotypes are true. But the biggest thing is I've been in LA for 10 plus years, right? And I think that made a big impact on me because, you know, LA is a very face level type city. Like, you know, you got to look good. You know, you got to be in shape. You know, so I think for me, I always want to make sure I'm proper whenever I step out because you never know who you might come across. You know, there's always those stories like where a talent agent is like, oh, I like your style. Try this audition, and then you make it. I'm waiting till I can make it. But this is a funny thing too, is where everywhere that I've traveled to, and they ask, oh, where are you traveling from? And I go, oh, I live in LA. They go, you look LA. I'm like, oh, interesting.
Interesting. I never got that.
I've had two specific comments. One is, oh yeah, people in LA do wear box t-shirts. I'm like, what are you talking about? That, and then they always comment on the blonde hair. You're very expressive. Your style is very good. I'm like, okay. That one blonde hair, that happened when I got into an accident, and then one of the people that was involved in that accident was like, it's like, you're in LA. You look like you're from LA. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's really just our, you know, upbringing. So it's what really cultivated us, what influenced us as we grow up to, you know, be who we are, right? So being Chinese, I guess now, like who you are right this instant, right this moment, it's like, what, I guess, traditional Chinese traits do you still implement till this day?
Traditional Chinese traits.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I barely speak the language, unfortunately.
But you can understand?
I can understand it.
I'm on the same boat as you.
Yeah, I can understand fluently. Yeah. Mandarin and Cantonese. My speaking, though, is very basic.
Can you construct a sentence? Or you can just say, yeah, I can't construct a sentence, but really? I can fully understand my parents' language 1,000%.
I guess it's the context of how you use it, right? So I could probably give someone directions to the bathroom, but in like our line of work to explain like really complicated stuff and like especially with medical stuff, no way, there's no
got you.
Yeah, so I don't do that. But honestly, the only thing that's kind of stuck with me was, well, two things, right? Number one, respecting your elders. Right?
Yeah, of course.
And then
that's across like all Asian cultures, for sure.
And then number two is take off your fucking shoes when you enter the house.
That's facts. That's facts.
Like, I don't care. Like, I sometimes go to my white friend's house and they're like, no, just leave it on. I still take them off. I'm like, nope.
Is this in North Dakota?
No, here.
Oh.
Yeah. Went to one of my coworkers' apartment. She's like, no, just leave it on. And I'm like, nah, I'm taking it off.
Yeah. Even when they offer, like, no, you can just leave it on.
Like, no.
Nah.
Yeah.
It ain't happening.
I think that stuck with me the most. And obviously, you know, material success is important. Right? That's why we out here doing
Hustling?
this podcast, hustling, like 10 p.m.
Do you think it's a form of peacocking? Like you're just trying to like show like, yeah, this is where I'm at with my threads, my chain.
Oh, you know what? No, it's not like that. But I see that.
Okay.
I see those Gucci'd out. Yeah, now I know what you mean though, but not that kind of Chinese.
Yeah. You can't be that corny.
No.
Okay. I guess for me, any Filipino traditions do I still implement? I sing and play guitar. Hey, who's trying to hear Lemonade? She's my sunshine. No, I'm just playing.
What religion? No, a lot of Filipinos are Catholic.
Yeah. So I grew up Catholic. I would say that I don't actively practice. Like I don't go to mass. I did try when I first moved to LA. My whole thing is the whole concept of a church to me has to be a little, I guess, family oriented. Like you want to be part of this collected group. It's
very community based.
Yeah, exactly. And I never really felt that in the churches that I've been to here in LA. And I guess now, like, I should put in more of an effort, and I guess I don't. But I still go to mass whenever I'm with my parents. So whenever I'm back in Stockton, shout out St. George, got a tattoo on my back, was good. But I still pray. Yeah, like time to time, I'll still pray. I always pray before
you go on Tinder.
No, I was gonna say. No. Got me stumped, bro. Got me stumped. No, I always pray before my plane takes off when I fly out. Bro, you can't be doing this to me, man. You can't be doing this to me.
What else?
I think Filipinos are very family oriented, which I think I'm pretty close to my family, especially now being an adult. Growing up, you didn't want to share your vulnerability with your parents or anything. But now that I'm my own person and I live on my own, I don't really care what I tell my parents now. Like I tell them everything. If they ask me whatever, then I answer whatever. And I just try to keep that type of that level of communication.
That's interesting because what I noticed too was with Filipinos, you guys are very touchy with your family, right? Hugs and like kiss on the cheek and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, we don't do any of that. Like touching
do you just say what's up?
Yeah, like touching is weird.
Oh.
Like I never got hugged as a kid. Like, I felt like that was weird.
Yeah.
Like, so like when people hugged me, I feel very like
it's like
violated.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't like physical touch.
Okay.
At all.
That's a low tier in your love language.
That's extremely low. I don't
What's your number one gifts?
Not
you
even,
Chinese as hell for that.
Not even quality time. Just
you hella
money.
Chinese fools.
But that's what I noticed though. Like you guys are more like very touchy, very almost like Hispanic.
Yeah.
Right. Because I know Hispanics, you guys do a little kiss on the cheeks.
Right? No. Okay. So. No, we never really do the kiss on the cheeks, at least what I recollect, but Lolas do this a lot. So this is the Lolas form of kissing on the cheeks whenever they say hi. They smell you. And from what I hear, it's because they like to smell your youth.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm dead ass. So they'll go up to like, for us, I think, so I'm Visaya. So I think for Tagalog speakers, it's you call a younger person ading, I believe. But for us, for a guy, it's dong. So if a Lola goes something, oh hi dong, they go.
All right.
Then they do the whole blessing thing. Do you still do that? Like I do that to my elders. Like you grab their hand and then you put it to your forehead. No. You bless them.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Like we don't do any of that stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, like none of that physical touch stuff.
Okay. Yeah. This is a very traditional Asian thing, but did you grow up with your family saying I love you to each other?
No.
Me either. Yeah. So it feels weird. Right? So my cousin that I'm closest with the most, she started doing that with me. So at first I'm like, this is strange. But I totally got used to it. But I'm gonna be real, I kinda only say it to her. Because we end the call like that. But even to this day, me and my parents and with my brother, we don't say I love you to each other. But, the feeling is there.
Yeah.
Feeling is mutual.
It's implied.
Yeah.
Right, it's implied. You don't have to say it. It's kind of weird.
Right.
What about, another Asian thing. Did you get beat as a kid?
Oh, 1,000%. What was your number one? For me, it was the belt.
Belt was there. The shoe was there.
I didn't get the shoe.
I got the hanger. The metal
wire
hanger.
I got the hanger. I got the hanger. Was it mainly from your parent or parents that you got beat?
Yeah, I mean, like my relatives, like you mean like uncle and stuff.
I got it from my auntie.
Damn.
Yeah, because she babysat me most of the time when I was very young, because both my parents were at work. Yeah, so I guess because I was just acting like a knucklehead, dude. And then there was like these skinny Asian decoration stuff. Like it was like in a pot, and there's like, you can say it's like bamboo sticks, but it's not bamboo sticks.
Oh, the deodorizer stuff, right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's very long, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what that was. Yeah, she would grab one and just like whip me with that.
Ooh.
Yeah, in the ankle, dude.
Damn.
It would hurt. No, of course, like you got beat because you got in trouble for some stuff.
Yeah.
Can you recall? Let's talk about this. Can you recall one of the reasons why you got beat?
Oh, yeah. This was the time I got beat with a frying pan.
What?
This is bad. So
this is some World Star.
So my dad was talking shit about his sister.
Okay.
I forgot what the context of that conversation was.
Okay.
So me being hilarious, I called his sister and I told her that he was talking crap. And then he was on the phone for like an hour with her trying to explain himself. It was
just
bad.
trying to mitigate.
Trying to like de-escalate the issue. And I think she hung up on him. And then I got what I deserved, right?
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? They're still not talking to this day.
You got the frying pan.
I deserved it. I 100% deserved it.
Oh man, at least you only got the frying pan. Like your dad didn't bring out the wok.
You know what's crazy though? Like, man, my parents are experts at hiding bruises and like just markings. Like I don't know how they just inflict the pain, but like no child services, no.
Maybe because they probably also grew up with that type of punishment. Okay. Maybe even more like traditionally severe. Do
you agree with that? Joe? What? Like beating your kid? I'm
a pacifist, bro. I can't do it.
I honestly think I would have turned out worse without that kind of punishment. That's just me though. Because I see the next gen now, like my nephews and they're like little, they I think they need a little bit more discipline, right?
Oh, because they're a little too hyperactive?
They're just terrible people, but
okay.
They got the timeout, they got the privileges taken away. It just doesn't work.
So for me, like every time I got punished was for just, I guess, regular reasons. Like I acted up in school, bad grades, but really it was just like acting up in school. That was the main one. But I will tell you the one time that I got slapped and like my tooth got chipped, which this is a very valid reason. So like, I don't even know if I should say this on record, but honestly, I don't mind. So growing up in Stockton, obviously it's very urban culture. We grew up really saying the N-word, right? And for me, I first went to a Catholic private school, and it wasn't until 4th grade that I went to a public school. And that's where I was introduced to all the curse words, all of it. And then, so for me, I thought the N-word just really meant dude. It's like, hey, what's up, dude? Same thing, right? So as a 9-year-old, I said it during recess in front of a black yard duty. And then that yard duty reported to my teacher, and then I got like 3 or 4 detentions for it. And then my dad had to pick me up, and then my teacher had to talk to my dad. And my dad was and he actually slapped me in front of the class. So all the other kids who was in...
Oh, they all saw it?
They all saw it. So honestly, I kind of deserved that, but at the same time, I should have been educated on,
But you were 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's a whole nother level, though, because beating is one thing. Public humiliation?
Yeah.
Damn, that's up there.
Yeah. Speaking of public humiliation, I was like, transitioning to the next, what we have in our topics is, what do you think about the whole Stop Asian Hate movement?
I think it's terrible. I mean, like I said,
obviously,
like I respect my elders.
Yeah.
Right? So like seeing these like older Asian people just get beat up.
Yeah.
Do you have that?
It's very sad.
It's sad because like a lot of them are homeless, man. They're just picking up cans, trying to make ends meet. Because you know what?
Or they're really old, like
They're
70
really
to
old.
80s. It's
And
so sad.
I see a lot of those where I live right now, where they live in like metal sheds, right? They like metal encampments, right? And then they you know their worldly belongings, like they have a bucket, right? And like they have, I don't know how they get food and stuff like that, right? But every morning they would push their shopping cart down the street collecting bottles to get a couple bucks here and there, right?
Yeah.
So that to me is like, that's sad.
Yeah.
You know, and then seeing those people get, you know, physically abused, you know, all that, it's just never sat right with me.
The whole thing about it that I always wonder is what started this rise of just these random people just attacking these elderly Asian people.
It's COVID, right?
Do you think it's because of COVID? Because we were like quote unquote blamed for the coronavirus?
Yeah.
Really?
That's what the media says.
Yeah. But to really strongly incentivize these people to just beat up random Asian people, like it's messed up.
A lot of them, it has to do with initiations too, right? Gang initiations, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Oh man. But it's super sad, like, you know, it's
because they're easy target, right? They don't know the language. They can't even report you to the police.
Yeah.
Right. So you're pretty much getting a free hit.
Yeah. And sadly enough, it leads to death.
Yeah.
Countless amount of times. So it's messed up. It's definitely still a form of racism. And I guess for you, have you experienced any type of racism, like growing up or even till now?
All the time. But I want to.
What do you mean all the time? Like SGV, or is this North Dakota?
All throughout. But like, I want to preface this as, you know, I think my definition of racism is different from today's, you know, Gen Z definition of racism. You know, where I don't find it too offensive. I just think people are confused, right? So like being like when I was in North Dakota, and I also lived in Utah for a little bit. Okay, they called us Orientals.
Okay,
right. So which a lot of people would go ape shit over nowadays, right?
Right.
But for them, it's just like that's what you're called.
Were you actually offended, or were you just aware that it's some type of racism?
I wasn't offended by it. I just didn't know what that word meant.
Oh,
that's a big word for, you know, me back.
Yeah.
You know, I had to look it up, so I didn't know what an Oriental was.
But you never actually experienced racism where it actually personally offended yourself.
I think I did. I just try not to let it get to me.
Okay.
Especially when, you know, when I was growing up, right? I was very skinny. Did we go over that? I grew up.
I mean, me too.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for working out, I'd look like I'm from the Philippines.
Like it's hard to believe, but I used to be 120 pounds when I was right, same height. Yeah. So like 5'10", 120. Like my arms was like literally bone, skin and bones. So
you look like a marshmallow on a toothpick.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's why I fit into those jeans.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyways, no. Well, I think when I was skinnier, I was more of a victim to that kind of stuff. You know, where they would like call you like, you know, can we say this up?
Just
you know, just like, you know, the C word, right?
Oh, chinks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we say that on there? You know what?
We're here now. It's okay.
Yeah, you know, like stuff like that, and then you know the good old. You know, luckily for me, I don't have very slanty eyes.
Yeah.
Right, but like a lot of my friends, you know, they would get the whole that kind of
really.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it's
no way.
Yeah, just growing up. I mean, this. You know what's crazy though? I think I've experienced the most amount of racism from other Asians.
Yeah. I mean, like as Asians, we know this. You know, there's this whole light-skinned Asian versus jungle Asian. We know this. Yeah, and even within Filipinos too. If you're more light-skinned, more Eurocentric, you know, you definitely judge the more like jungle features. Like, you know, obviously for me, I have melanin in my skin, so I'm on the darker complexion side. You know, my nose isn't very European, so I look, you know, straight tribal. Oh, that's for sure. But growing up, I actually never experienced racism, which is so interesting for me hearing it from other people, because, you know, I grew up in a very diverse community, right? Where for us, we use, I guess, racial slurs or stereotypes as jokes. You know, like when you're with the boys, you know, you just be like clowning on each other. Like, you know, it's still all love, but we're just roasting each other. Right. Yeah, just to show that love. But whenever I hear from other people, especially for my family that lived in the South, they explain how, like, just how for you, it's not necessarily malice racism. They call it like nice racism. They just call you Orientals, I guess. Yeah. But my cousins have heard like the whole "go back to your country" type spiel. Where for me, I never experienced that, and I guess that's kind of a blessing in disguise that I never really actually experienced racism, and I was able to grow up in a community where we all accept each other and it's all love, and we can all be each other's kinfolk. You feel me?
You think that's a California thing, right? Because I mean, you pretty much, other than Hawaii, right? For a little bit,
I was born there.
Yeah,
just letting y'all know.
You grew up in California, which is already like probably the most diverse state.
Yeah.
In the U.S.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's a more Cali thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Where you're actually used to seeing people of other races versus going to the Midwest, like, and then you see like, whoa, what is that?
What is it? It's Milwaukee, right? It's the most segregated city in the U.S. I don't know if it's exactly by negative racism, but I know all the whites hang out in one section, all the blacks hang out one, like that type of.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's what like my friend told me, because he did med school in Milwaukee. Yeah.
That's interesting.
So it's very rare to see other races interact with each other. Whereas for me, I had, a lot of Filipino friends, but at the same time, I had a lot of other ethnic friends as well.
What about, so going away from racism, right? Just influences. Do you have any Asian role models?
Role models? I would say my very first, I guess, role model that kind of looked like me. Because I think whenever I hear people say like, oh, now there's some Asian representation because that actor looked like me. I guess for me, it's the Power Rangers Ninja Storm Red Ranger. Do you remember him? That's
no.
Right. By the way, R.I.P. because he committed suicide. But
rest in peace.
Yeah. But it was him, because he was, an islander, dark skin, like, big nose looking dude. I'm like, yo, and he's the Red Ranger. That was tight. That was super sick.
I can see that now.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
So that's exactly how I felt. And, I think obviously in terms of martial arts, growing up, you have to be influenced by Bruce Lee in some type of way. So, yeah. What about you? Any Asian role models?
You named one already. Bruce Lee. Same last name? Bruce Lee. No relation, so.
Why don't you just name your social too?
Other than that, you know what? Like, other than that, no one else was like, when we were growing up, there were no like cool Asians on the media.
I would say this, okay. When the rise of YouTube, that's when Filipino Americans really rose up, because we had Jeremy Passion, we had Gabe Bondoc. I'm naming everyone from like Northern California right now, and you have Joey Diamond, and then anyone from Southern California, you have Timothy De La Ghetto, AJ Raphael. Who else is from down here? I guess Wong Fu.
Yeah.
So,
interesting you brought that up though. The YouTube era.
Yeah.
All the singer-songwriter.
That was big. That was a crazy wave. That was huge. Yeah.
That was huge. But like, yeah. So if you add in that, I was thinking about like media, like movie, like growing up, Jackie Chan, like that was like the only big Asian.
That was it, right?
But
Jet
like,
Li.
but like if you want to go aside from that, like not like Hollywood A-lister,
right,
kind of thing. For me, it would be like, I don't know if you heard of him, B-Boy Hong Ten.
Oh, come on, bro. Yeah. Come on, bro. He's like top three favorite B-boys. Come on, man. I always wanted to rock the Cavs LeBron jersey under a black tee.
Yeah.
I thought that shit was so hard.
A lot of the Korean B-boys were
influence for you?
Yeah, because I used to be B-boy.
Yeah. Actually, on the more Filipino influence, when I got into hip-hop around 11, 12, I was really into Pharrell and the Neptunes. And Chad Hugo is Filipino. So that was a big influence for me.
I think that's YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube really opened up the doors for that.
But it really did. That's
traditional media. We're seeing it now, who is that actor for Shang-Chi?
Oh, Simu Liu?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's like more recent time, right?
Yeah, that came out 3-4 years ago.
Has it been 3?
Yeah, it's been a while, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then Crazy Rich Asians, which I never finished, by the way. I only watched it.
I never watched it either.
I watched like 20. I'm like, this kind of boring.
Are we terrible Asians for not watching this?
I guess so.
Hey, but have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
No,
In terms of Asian representation, let's go. That movie is ill. Yeah, that's honestly, that automatically broke into like my top 3 favorite movies of all time.
I gotta get on that. The other one that was huge was Parasite.
Oh yeah,
did you watch that? Yeah, Parasite.
Shout out Bong Joon-ho.
Oh, you know what? Crazy Rich Asians, right? Mm-hmm. What do you feel about FOBs?
Like fresh out.
So
I think there's a difference for FOBs between you and me, because for me as a Filipino, the FOBs are the Filipinos, who talk like this, like, oh, like, what's up, Kelvin?
Nurses.
I mean, I got hella homies that are nurses. I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think the more FOBs are the ones who, they go ang galing pare or something, whatever. That to me, that's FOBs. And I always say that Filipinos have their own level of dorkiness, but we're still lovable. There's something about us, I think it's just our friendly demeanor. That's just all Filipinos. But I don't know. What do you mean? Because I know for Chinese FOBs, y'all rich, all right? Philippines, we're a third world country, bro.
Oh man, the Chinese FOBs are crazy. They be pulling up in like a Lamborghini in high school.
Yeah. That's what I noticed when I moved here too.
Yeah.
Because I used to have a Taiwanese roommate, and 1 month he had a Honda Civic, and then he said he didn't like it, switch it up to a Beamer next month.
Yeah, because
how do you do that?
I used to work service, and they would come in, and they always demand hot water for some reason. I don't know why they.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
I think because they bring their own tea bag, right?
I've never seen that. They just want hot water, but they be paying with a black card. So and then that's when
flex.
You're like, ooh, that's a flex. But
yeah,
in terms of like, here's another question. Do you associate yourself more with, just American that aren't Asian, or like, I guess your kinfolk who are FOBs? Like, you think you're closer to one or the other?
I think I'm just a blend in the middle, like Filipino American.
Yeah.
Like I'm not riding around going bebo, but like I'm proud to say that I'm Filipino, but at the same time I'm proud to say that I'm California raised, because West Coast, Best Coast, you already know.
Do you feel closer to one group or another?
I guess just you could say I'm more. I guess you could say I'm more California than anything.
Okay.
But I still embrace my Filipino roots. Okay. What about you?
Yeah.
Do you embrace North Dakota? Let's be honest.
I love them cows. No, I agree with that. Mm-hmm. I don't have anything in common with, I feel like, people that are not very American. Mm-hmm. They just came to the country or they're visiting or whatever. Like just complete culture shock.
Okay.
I've never been to China really. Have you been to the Philippines?
Yeah. I've been to the Philippines. So I was baptized twice. Like the first time was when I was born in Hawaii, and then when I was 6 months, my parents wanted to do a bigger family baptism. So we went to the Philippines, and then I got baptized again. Yeah. It's my whole theory because I'm a Gemini. So.
But I think like no matter what kind of your views are on your culture, right? You have to know your culture's food.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
What's your favorite Filipino dish?
Filipino dish? My favorite for sure is bangos, which is a milkfish. Sorry. It's fried milkfish, which also milkfish can be in sinigang, and I'm going to be real not Filipino about this. I'm not the biggest fan of sinigang, only because in general, I'm not really into soup. That's really it. So bangos, fried milkfish, that's my favorite. And all across the board, whenever I want to offer someone who's not Filipino, just eat lumpia, which is our egg roll.
Right.
Yeah. What about you? What's your favorite Chinese?
You don't fuck with lechon?
I do, but I'm like every other Filipino who just wants the skin. Just eat the skin and eat it with some mang tomas.
Yeah. Oh, Chinese food, Peking duck for sure.
Oh, okay.
I really like that for some reason. And then I can't eat spicy, so I'm automatically ruled out for a lot of not just Chinese, but it sucks.
Man.
But it sucks.
Okay.
I pay for it later. But anyways, dim sum, right? Because again, right? Like if I have friends who aren't used to Chinese food and they're like, I want to introduce them. Dim sum's usually a little bit more friendly.
Yeah.
It's more palatable, and plus you get to choose.
I like that eating dim sum is it's like Korean barbecue, where it's a very socializing eating convention.
Yeah, and you don't really have to know what you need to order, because it's small portions, right? You're not committed to like a whole big ass.
Point to a bunch of stuff like and then
exactly.
The waiter or waitress just like stands like that. So I guess for you, list your 3 favorite Asian cuisines, ethnic cuisines.
Ooh, top 1, Japanese food.
Okay.
Sushi, ramen. What's that skewer thing? Yakitori?
Yeah. That's a Japanese barbecue.
Yeah. I like that. Second one would be Viet food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually like Viet food now. Other than one dish that I really hate.
Is it pho?
Nah, pho. I
don't really like pho. I'm gonna be honest.
I love pho, but I don't hate it. There's a noodle dish. I'm gonna butcher the name. Bun bo hui, I think.
Okay.
It's like pork's blood. It's way too fragrant for me.
See, as a Filipino, I fucks with the pork's blood. We have dinuguan, which we call chocolate meat. I actually like it, but I can only eat it with rice.
Okay.
So.
And then there's a recent dish I discovered on TikTok called a bun cut. Shit's fire. There's
what is that?
It's like they use like an egg and it's like a fried thing and they put like shrimp and other stuff in the middle.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little cupcake, but it's savory. Yeah.
Is it? Oh, it's savory.
It's savory.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's nice.
No, yeah, Vietnamese food does have like great flavor profiles.
I think it's the stuff they put in the mint and all the other stuff. It just blends really well. It tastes fresh.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Versus like Japanese cuisine's very flavorful, where there's like a lot of like deep, rich flavors.
Oh, okay.
Vietnamese, it's like more fresh to me at least.
Yeah,
you get like the pho, you have like bean sprouts and like all the other stuff that are like literally flavorless. Yeah.
Okay. So what about Asian cuisine that you hate?
I hate Thai food.
Dude, that's wild to me because Thai food is so flavorful.
It is, but again, I can't eat spicy food. Right, so I'm automatically like ruled out of 90% of Thai food.
I got you. Yeah, I love Thai food. Except I do think pad Thai is overrated.
It is.
One of my best friends is half Thai, and he put me on this noodle dish called. I guess there's two pronunciations. It's either radna or ladna. But shout out to that. So it's pretty good. But I guess for me, I would guess like top Asian cuisine. I have to go Filipino because I do think Filipino food is bomb. But at the same time, I don't like Filipino food. My thing is I'm very health conscious. Right? So Filipino food is very fried and has heavy cholesterol and sodium. And that's one thing that's no bueno to me. But it's still bomb. So family parties, I'm with it. Outside of that, nah, meal prep all day. Aside from that, I really like either Korean or Japanese food. Yeah, because for me, I can deal with spice. I mean, neither have anything crazy spicy, but I do like kimchi, which I've heard people say that's kind of spicy, which is wild.
Okay, you know what kimchi's not?
It's not.
Yeah.
But there is a kick to it.
There is.
Yeah. Both cuisines, Japanese and Korean, always implement seaweed salad as a side dish, and I love seaweed salad. Seaweed salad is amazing to me.
What's one that you hate? One cuisine that you hate?
I said Filipino.
But you can't like it and hate it at the same time.
Really?
Like what's like an absolute non-negotiable? I'm not eating that.
Stinky tofu probably.
So Chinese street food.
No, I love Chinese food.
So there's not a cuisine where you're like, I'm not gonna eat.
I'm pretty open. My palate's very open. I'm down to eat whatever. I've eaten whale before.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Norway.
Oh, yeah. like the food whale.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the animal.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else.
We gonna get canceled, bro.
Oh, you know what? How do you feel about Indian food? This is polarizing because you either hate it or you love it.
No, I fucks with it.
Yeah.
I think it's good. My thing is that I haven't been introduced to too many Indian cuisines, but the ones that I have been introduced to, which I don't know the names to any, I like it a lot.
You got the tikka masala.
That's basic though.
Bro,
that's basic. I didn't want to drop that. I didn't want
chicken.
I didn't want to drop that.
Naan bread. I fuck with naan bread.
Dude, okay. I just corrected my friend yesterday, dude. It's just naan.
What?
Naan means bread. Oh. So you're saying bread.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all about that bread.
Y'all about that naan?
Okay.
Well, how much you got in your account? Naan.
That's why we here. Okay. You know what? A lot of white people, not just white people, but a lot of non-Filipino think is like super legit Filipino food. Jollibee.
No, we give that stamp of approval. Yeah. That Jollibee, that's Filipino cuisine, 1000%. But I will say this though, U.S. Jollibee sucks.
What?
Yeah, and it's because America loves the GMO chicken. Yeah.
Is it smaller? Other chicken?
Nah, it's just like it just doesn't taste like chicken, like
So in the Philippines, are the chicken wings like smaller? chicken legs because it's not GMO.
Yeah, it
right?
just tastes better when it's like just a regular grown chicken.
That's crazy because I think Jollibee's up there in terms of fried chicken chain.
No, I think so too.
And you're saying that's bad?
No. I'm saying the Jollibee here, it's cool.
Yeah.
If you ever go to the Philippines, just try the Jollibee there and you'll understand.
Oh man, I gotta go.
That's what I'm saying.
I gotta go.
Yeah, the chicken's different. You know, I've always said this. I don't take steroids, but my food does. That GMO, you feel me? But what about you? Okay, it's like there's this whole debate if Panda is real Chinese or not, which I can agree it's not.
It's not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not.
Yeah, it's like Taco Bell, like not being Mexican. Obviously, it's American, whatever, Mexican influence, but Panda is the same thing. So I think the chow mein and fried rice sucks at Panda. But what's your thoughts on the orange chicken?
Gross.
Really?
Gross.
Oh man, because I like it.
Do you like the orange chicken?
Yeah.
The only dish I get at Panda is
teriyaki chicken.
The coconut shrimp.
Oh, okay.
Is it coconut shrimp? Is it the
no,
the
honey walnut?
Honey walnut shrimp. Yeah. That's only. And then other than that, broccoli beef. I really hate how sticky the batter is for the orange chicken.
Yeah, I've heard it from other Chinese people like how much they hate Panda Express.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah.
But it's American food.
I'll still eat it.
Yeah. Moving on to our last topic, the main important topic of conversation. Girls. Who run the world? No, but since we're both from California, NorCal and SoCal, we are going to talk about the differences of NorCal and SoCal girls, which for me, I'm just going to say this here. I prefer NorCal girls way more than SoCal girls, and it's strictly their vibe.
Go into that a little bit.
No, I will. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna cook. No. I'm just playing. No, it's just their vibe. Because if you want to compare, I guess, Asians or any ethnicity in general, when NorCal girls say they're gonna get ratchet, they get ratchet. You know, they turn up. They shake their asses. They get down. They be dancing. That's what I noticed too. In parties in general, NorCal parties way better than SoCal parties because no one's afraid to dance. We're out there going dumb. We're functioning like it's hella fun, right? And SoCal girls, whenever I see SoCal girls say let's get ratchet, they just go woo, and then they just dance.
That's facts.
That's facts, right? Facts. They're just like, yeah. I'm like, it's kind of dry. The only reason why SoCal girls are way more popular is strictly because of the fact that they live in Southern California. Southern California is the more popular region all across the world. Everyone knows LA. Everyone knows Orange County. Whereas people know the Bay Area, but do they really know the Bay Area, NorCal?
Okay. What about other than the vibe though, any other, is there like not visual, but stylistic kind of differences that you see between SoCal and NorCal? Because I know we SoCal, we have a lot of ABGs in SoCal.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I'm not really into that. I would say NorCal girls definitely gravitate a little bit more towards streetwear in the way that I like, So
like the oversized tee?
No, oversized jeans.
Jeans, okay.
Oversized jeans with like kind of like a crop top, like skinnier, like more fitted shirt, and then an oversized like outerwear. So whether it can be like a jacket, I guess they can do flannel, maybe a what's the cardigan? There you go. Okay. Yeah, maybe that, or varsity jacket. When girls rock varsity jackets, I'm like, cool. And I think just style is like a little bit better. And I think for me, being raised in NorCal, I can associate the attitude a little bit better. Because for me, I feel very fish out of water being a NorCal like dude in SoCal. Being, I get this a lot. Like I'm very urban in the way I dress.
But other than your style though, like your behavior doesn't seem very different. Like when I first met you, I had no idea you're from NorCal.
Oh really? Until I said hella? Because I get that a lot.
I say that a lot too. I feel like
it's just a word. Like
it's just a word, exactly. Yeah. A lot of people here say hella a lot too, but I don't really see is there like a certain behavior like because like we can talk about SoCal, right? Like some of the girls here are a little bit free spirited, if you will. They do like sound baths and like. It might be an LA thing.
That's a very LA thing.
I think it's LA thing. So I'm
right
LA
now.
biased,
The wave is like those Pilates classes.
Yeah, power Pilates.
Yeah. The tables of that's the move right now.
But they do like kind of off the grid stuff like that. You think NorCal girls do that?
Nah. Nah.
Strictly business.
NorCal girls be smoking blunts too.
Okay.
For real. That's for real. The thing is that the whole thing about being in NorCal and being Bay influenced, like, we go down, we get hyphy and stuff. Everyone, like, men and women both get down. We both like, hey, which I think is so dope, rather than a girl just like, like that's what I don't rock with. But if a girl is like in there dancing, like actually getting down, I find that very attractive.
Okay.
So NorCal girls over SoCal girls, you feel me?
What about ABGs? Any difference between the NorCal and SoCal ABGs?
See, I don't really know too many ABGs, especially in NorCal, because I moved here at 18. So I don't really have a say in ABGs, except I've only experienced ABGs here in SoCal.
Okay.
And that's really it. Well, what about you, since you grew up here in SoCal?
What about me and like seeing, I don't know
ABGs.
What about them?
You like them?
They're cool. They're everywhere.
I'll be honest, I'm not really into them.
Why
they're very pretty.
Why not?
I'm just not really, like, I don't know. It's just, I think I'm not really too much into the overdone, like, ombre hair, eyelashes, heavy makeup, and it's usually always like some white tank top with, like, I guess booty shorts. I don't know if that's still a look, but I'm not.
Which is interesting because you like urban culture, right? But I feel like ABGs, at least here, are the closest thing you get to urban.
No.
Versus, okay, like traditional Asian girls, like
to me, ABGs are the Asian equivalent of Valley girls.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like compare them to like quote unquote regular Asian girls, right? They're like
more conservative.
Yeah, like the ones that kind of work like as a clerical position. They yeah.
But at the same time, like, again, I'm from NorCal, where we're always like hella and more associated with like that bass slap. Okay. So
in your view, they're just good to look at, but substance wise, you don't really vibe with them that much, based on your personality.
No comment. No comment. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I know what you're gonna say.
I feel like I'm gonna get hated by ABGs. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna still be friends with y'all. That's it. Cordial. I don't know. Like, see, this is my whole thing. Like, I'm so scared that, like, if I say I'm not into ABGs, I end up being with an ABG. I'm like, oh man, I'm just.
What's wrong with ABGs,
dude? Okay, this is a big thing too. A lot of SoCal ABGs or any SoCal Asians too are into EDM. And I'm not into EDM at all. That's my red flag.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Girls want their rave bae, and I cannot be their rave bae.
You're living in the wrong side of the state.
I am. On top of that, I don't like boba either.
Boba's cool. I think they went through a phase, and then now it's like, dude, have you seen the new boba out? They got like sugar out. No, it's disgusting. It's way too sweet. But they do like all this gourmet crap on it. Anyways, let's rank them. ABG tier list. Here we go.
Okay, wait. Rank them by what? Ethnicity?
No, like looks, preferences. I don't know. If you had to date one, there's a gun pointed to your head.
Okay. You have to start because, again, I don't really. Okay, for you, are we going like? Let's go 3. Are we going bottom up or are we going from top?
Oh man,
like number 1.
I think we're gonna hurt some feelings if we rank the bottom. Should we just do top 5?
I can't. Like, this is hard for me because I don't really look at ABGs like that. And at the same time, I feel like if I gotta be real, majority ABGs are what? Korean, Vietnamese, and Chinese. I personally don't really see too many Filipino ABGs. I do. Yeah. But they're not as prominent as the others.
I think they're a different kind because you got this new wave now. They're like completely jet black hair. Yeah. Right. They got like lip filler done. Like versus the traditional ones are like all blonde. Yeah. Like all that stuff. Okay.
You have to start, bro.
All right, let's go top 1 and then you go top 1 and then we'll go down.
All right.
Vietnamese for sure. 100%.
Okay, I'll agree. I'm Vietnamese. I'm sorry. You're putting me in a weird spot, dog. Like, all right. So number 1, Vietnamese. Okay, let's move on. Number 2,
Korean.
Filipino.
Okay. Korean.
3.
3 Filipino.
So for me, it's flipped. Korean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, number 4.
Chinese.
See, okay, I'll agree with Chinese too, because right now, like, I can't think of any other. So what's number 5 then? Into the ABGs. Is there number 5? There's no Japanese ABGs.
I've
right?
never seen a Japanese
exactly.
ABG. Everyone else.
Yeah. Others. But for you, outside of, I guess, Asians, do you have another racial top tier preference? Let's just stop there because I know your answer. So we gotta say it at the same time. So on 3, 1, 2, 3. Latinas. Top tier. Let's go. Hey, they changed my life. It's facts.
It is facts.
It's facts.
And we're in SoCal. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
any reason why? What's your reason why?
Do I keep this PG? Like,
you don't have to. We're an hour in.
Do I gotta be honest? I gotta be real honest.
Yeah.
They're the best in bed.
Okay.
They changed my life. All right. They're the best in bed. It's the level of passion that they have in bed. Like I gotta be real honest. That's for real.
Do you start with the rose in your mouth?
No. I don't assimilate and be like, oh, mi amor. Nah.
Okay.
But Latinas, for sure.
Do you think that passion goes both ways? Because
no, yeah,
they're a little bit possessive, right?
No.
Kind of a little bit is an understatement.
Yeah. a little bit. No, I thought you meant like if I'm also like passionate in that way, not them being passionate in a negative way or negative connotation. Yeah. But for me, no, I guess I also reciprocate the passion because I'm just a very passionate, intimate person if I'm in the mix of it. Yeah. But Latinas, whoop whoop. For real.
What about potential? You think like genetic potential? Because we're like, hear me out.
What's the genetic potential, bro?
We're gym people, right?
Okay.
Kind of. I don't want to be one, but we're in the gym a lot more than we like to be.
We're into it. Okay, yeah.
We're in the fitness industry. Follow us on our IGs if you want to find out. Okay.
All right.
Building an ass, right? Genetically speaking.
Okay, Latinas are in fact gifted.
Exactly.
Okay. I'll give y'all that.
That's the only reason.
For you?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Less work.
You don't want a project girl?
I'm okay with project girls.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because for us, we understand that the ass is a muscle.
Yeah.
So
you can build
just a year of programming.
Yeah.
And we both win, right? She's happy.
Most of the time. There are some people out there that just do not have anything down there.
I guess so.
Especially like a lot of power lifters, they don't lock out.
That's facts.
They don't lock out. They lift heavy, but they don't lock out. That butt ain't gonna go.
This is why I'm not into powerlifters, man. Like it's very bottom tier for me. It's really the form.
It is.
Right? It's because like when you realize that they're okay with an excess forward lean because someone says it's cool, and they're okay with knee valgus, which if you don't know what knee valgus is, it's when your knees cave in when you squat. Like if no one in their group said anything like, yo, you should change that, because not for like, obvious biomechanic reasons, but because it just looks wrong. I think all these powerlifters just want to be there just to be part of a niche community rather than trying to get stronger the correct way.
I can see that. It's when you're new to fitness and gym in general, that powerlifting is usually one of the things people fall into.
Exactly.
But
especially, I think because of the rise of barbell brigade.
Yeah.
I think that really got a lot of Asians into powerlifting, right?
Yeah.
That was the first.
That was move. I feel like that was a couple of years ago. Now people are more into like physique based stuff now for some reason.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
it's
so. Back into more bodybuilding, booty building.
Oh, okay. Kind of too bad bodybuilding.com forums aren't around anymore.
Rest in peace, the MISC.
Yeah.
Anyways, anything else?
Nah. Covered? NorCal over SoCal. You feel me? What's good? Again, to all my homies and listeners from Stockton and NorCal, shout out. What about you?
We got a spicy episode next week.
You're not gonna shout out all the North Dakotans?
Nah, they're not gonna listen to this.
Cool. Well, that wraps up episode 3. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, we would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're still a growing platform, as well as follow us on all social media platforms at Short Kings Talk Everything. Links to everything in the description below. You can also follow me and Kelvin at Sid the Chat for me, at Dr. Sixpack for Kelvin. And any final words to the ABGs?
Sid don't like you.